Good morning. It's Uncle Lou here. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, that's great. I'm doing okay myself. Thanks for asking. All right, well, signing day's over. How'd it go for UGA? Well, it went great. A top 10 class, 3 5-stars, which, by the way, is the most 5-stars in school history. And we still have the potential to add a 4th with Demetrius Robertson, depending on what he decides to do in the next 1 to 2 weeks. He's got a visit lined up with UGA. He's bringing his family up there, let him look around, meet the coaches. So we'll see what happens there. Jacob Eason, Isaac Nauta, and Mecole Hardman. Those are the 3 5-stars. Hardman, the one that committed yesterday. Of course, Eason and Nauta, early enrollees, already there. Some other big pickups yesterday. We flipped the receiver from Alabama, Tyler Simmons, 4-star receiver. Lots of speed, deep threat type of guy. Add that to Werner and Wims, who we already had coming in. Both those guys are 6'3", 6'4". From what I hear, Werner is sort of like a Michael Bennett type receiver, not blazing fast speed or anything like that, but a good route runner, good hands, sort of a possession type receiver. And the height is what excites me about Werner and Wims. I love Terry Godwin. He's probably one of the most athletic people on the team, but he's a little undersized for your prototypical wide receiver. He's about 5'10", 5'11". UJ lists him at 5'11". They usually fluff those numbers a little bit. So, I don't know, 5'10", 5'11", whatever it is. I'm not knocking Terry. I love Terry Godwin. He's a great receiver. But it's nice to have a couple of guys with some height on them, and that's what you get with Wims and Werner. Mikhail Carter, huge pickup yesterday. That was great. You add him in with Julian Rochester, who we had coming in, and we're looking good up front defensively. Overall, I'm happy with the class. Of course, the 2 big misses that a lot of people are talking about, Derek Brown and E.J. Price. Of those 2, there's really no way to sugarcoat it. E.J. Price is a big loss. We really needed him. Offensive line is a premium position anywhere, particularly in the SEC. And the offensive line is not necessarily a position group that we're currently overloaded with talent on. We have a decent offensive line, and we have a great offensive line coach now with Pittman there. But anytime you have a chance to get somebody with the talent of an E.J. Price and you miss out on it, it does hurt. So that's probably, in my eyes, the biggest miss of the day. Derek Brown would have been nice, but I'm okay with what we have on the defensive line, both returning and coming in. We got Trent Thompson, who was a 5-star from last year's class. Got a lot of playing time as a freshman. He should be a stud this year. Add him to what we have coming in this year, and I think we're okay there. So overall, the recruiting class, could it have gone a little bit better? Sure. Every recruiting class, look, Alabama had the #1 class again for the 11th year in a row, and I'm sure you can find an Alabama fan somewhere who will tell you it could have gone a little bit better. It can always go a little bit better, but I'm happy with what we got. It's a top 10 class, depending on what site you want to look at. 6, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in that range there. If we can pick up D-Rob in the next couple of weeks, then that'll give us a top 5 class. You couldn't really have expected. You could have wanted better, but you realistically couldn't have expected any better of a class than what we ended up with. We fired our coach the 1st of December, and then over the next 30 days, we lost our entire coaching staff. 99% of our coaching staff, they're gone. So, we hire Kirby, who, of course, really has only been on the job full-time for 30 days, even though he was hired about 60 days ago. He stayed on with Alabama through the title game. So, you add all those things up, it really was a good class, a great class. Argument could be made one of the best classes in UGA history. Yes, we've had classes that were ranked a few spots higher than this year's class. But like I said, 3 5-stars with the potential of picking up a 4th, which 3 is already the most in school history. So I'm happy with the recruiting class. Now, on to the bad part of the video that I didn't want to have to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I have to. You got the same old crowd These people, they never really go away. They never really go away. They may disappear for a little bit, but they never truly go away. And what's the saying? You can't, something about a tiger's stripes or whatever, you can't change the stripe. I mean, these people are what they are. And you got the negative ninnies coming out, the people that are still holding on to Mark Richt coming out saying what a disappointment this class is. And, Kirby let this guy get away and Kirby let that guy get away. And, according to these people, everybody that we signed is because Mark Richt laid the groundwork, and everybody that we lost is because Kirby didn't get the job done. So, in other words, they give credit to Richt for everything they view as positive, and then everything they view as negative, they give Kirby the credit for that. Let it go. It's over. You people get on to me all the time that, I keep bashing Richt. I keep saying that. I only respond to you people. That's it. I don't bring it up on my own. Just let it go. The man is gone. He doesn't miss you. He's happy in Miami. If you can't find a way to be happy at UGA, go be a Miami fan. I've said it 1,000 times. Quit. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then some of these Richt bots are reaching so far. I mean, grasping for straws ain't even there's not even a term to describe some of these people. That you had a guy for an hour this morning trying to convince Georgia fans that Grayson Lambert is better than Aaron Murray. Let that sink in. Now, this guy's a known Richt bot, okay? Known Richt bot. Big time. And he's on and for an hour that Grayson Lambert is a better QB than Aaron Murray. And he's going on and on about how, he really hopes Lambert plays this year, and, we'll go 0-12 with Eason, and Kirby don't know what on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And he keeps saying, you can't argue with facts, can't argue with facts. Well, you ask him what his facts are, he has one fact that he uses to prove his point, okay? Aaron Murray lost a game to Vanderbilt, and Grayson Lambert beat Vanderbilt. That's his only, that's what he's basing this off of. That quote. If Aaron Murray's better than Lambert, then why did Lambert beat teams that Aaron Murray lost to? You're a moron, sir! You're an idiot! You're an absolute idiot! How can you really think that? And some people are like, no, he's just trolling. No, this guy's not trolling. Okay, I know this guy. I've seen his comments in here for months now. He's not trolling. He really is that dumb. He's really that stupid that he thinks that. Look, we got rid of our entire coaching staff 60 days ago. Coach Smart and his crew had 30 to 60 days to recruit these guys. They did great. Look around at the other schools that had coaching changes within the last 2 months. How'd they do compared to UGA? I'll give you 2 examples. I'm just going to pick 2 schools off the top of my head. First 2 that come to me. Number 1, South Carolina. Those clowns up there didn't even finish in the top 25. Would you rather be them? Because they need fans. Number 2, Miami and Mark Richt. They didn't finish in the top 25. What? How does Mark Richt get all the credit for our class this year? Then shouldn't Miami have had a top 10 class if it's all Mark Richt? What is wrong with you? This is a great class. I'm done. It's ridiculous.